Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a unboxing from Lineage Provisions. I don't know if I mentioned in the last video, but this was ordered on accident. I ordered beef tallow, which you guys have seen an unboxing for if you guys have been watching the videos. I think it was posted yesterday. And I clicked checkout. I was in a rush because I was leaving for work. And then by the time I got an email saying that it was shipped, it wasn't the beef tallow. It was collagen. I'm like, how the heck did collagen ship? So I looked at my order and it said that I ordered collagen. So I reached out to the customer service representatives at Amazon and they reached out to the seller and the seller said, customer service representatives were basically telling me that it was shipped by a third-party seller. So I looked back on Amazon and it does ship by Lineage. So they reached out to the seller, which is Lineage, and Lineage said it's already been shipped, which it was like 3 hours later and they shipped it out already. And they were like, yeah, we'll give you the refund in good faith, but the item's still gonna come. So I mean, I'm just gonna go ahead and rip off the shipping label there. Open this box. Wrap out here. Lineage, nose to tail collagen, 100% grass-fed collagen with trachea, scapula, eggshell membrane, vitamin C, and sea salt. So I'm gonna remix Paul Saladino's little video on why this is better than all the other collagens. I'm gonna react to that, and we'll get that video in this video, and we'll go ahead and we'll read all this stuff off, and then we'll go ahead and we'll put it in our coffee. There's going to be no taste to it, but I don't want to drink it alone because then there's going to be a taste to it. It's probably going to taste terrible, so I'm not going to drink it alone, but I'm going to put it in my coffee, and then about a week later, maybe a week later, I'll give you an updated video on if there's any benefits of it. I don't think there's going to be any benefits of it because I didn't even mean to order it. Like, it was an accident, and I'm on a carnivore diet. Like I mentioned in the beef tallow video, I don't need collagen at all. It's all in the meat that I eat. But this is supposed to have type 1, 2, and 3 collagen, which is basically not in any other collagen on the store market. In the stores, I guess they only have type 1 and type 2. I mean, brain fart. I guess they only have type 1 and type 3. But this has trachea and scapula, which apparently has type 2 cartilage, which is not in any other one in the market, according to Paul Saladino. This is the scoop size. Looks like a freaking protein powder scoop. It's about 16 or 17.6 grams per scoop. That's what it looks like in the bag. It's a fine powder. You got the scoop and you got the little fresh pack in there. They're doing it right. They got the little fresh pack in there, so it stays powdery. But nonetheless, let's get right into the little reaction video. Alright, so I moved you all over into the little corner there. Grab all my stuff here from the dishwasher. We got our spread here. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna get a little bit of cream. Just a little bit. Just a very little bit of heavy cream. And we're gonna go. Put that back in the refrigerator. And we're gonna get our coffee. I'm gonna pour in about 3/4. Set this on the counter here. And then we're gonna take this and we're gonna put about 22 drops because I did a little test with a tablespoon, and here it says, or sorry, a teaspoon. And here it says half a teaspoon. So we're gonna go ahead. I've already done this before, but for science, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna see exactly how much a half a teaspoon of ketos, that goes in the sink. We're gonna see how much a half a teaspoon of these keto chow electrolytes. How many drops? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 17, 18, 19, 19. Boop. Mix it a little bit because get that extra off of there. But we're gonna do one more little dash in there. Times, not times 2, but a little dash plus a drop. Since that was only the electrolytes, I could just rinse that off and put it back in there. Put the nose and tail collagen. 1 level scoop of that straight in the coffee. Oh, it splashed up onto the edge of the cup. That was pretty cool. It started like bubbling and sinking. Pour the rest of our coffee here, hit all that stuff off that sidewall, all that collagen off there. And then we'll go ahead find not in there. In here, we're gonna find a big knife. All right, we are back. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna try this coffee. Just tastes like coffee. Can't taste any of the collagen. Well, hopefully not because it's unflavored, but it dissolved very, very, very well. So there's no like powdery or clumpy or anything. I think it might be also due to the heat of the coffee that helped. And the electrolytes, you can't taste salt at all. There's no flavor, just coffee. All right, let's get into the video. Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. So y'all are gonna see me with a shirt on now and a hat. It is like 10:30. We are reacting to the reaction that I was telling you we were gonna react to in the video, earlier in the video. But we got busy doing other things, and then we had to go to work, and I never got to finish editing the video, and I never did the reaction. So we're gonna get into the reaction. We gotta pull up, where's it at? OBS Studio, so we can screen record, start recording. And then we can pull up the internet here, full screen, YouTube. And then Paul Fruity Salad Dino. Collagen powder. Paul Fruity Saladino. Here we go. Oh no, that's the cocoa powder. Grass-fed. Versus other. It has to be on here, right? I literally saw it the other day. Maybe if I delete fruity. But it didn't work. I might have to find it on my phone and pull it up. Alright, we found it. It was not under Paul Fruity Saladino. It was under Lineage Provisions. Which, I don't know why I didn't think of that when I was, going through this, but it's his brand. So, I mean, it would make sense why it would be under that. But, alright, we got the video. We're going to go ahead and pull it up, and we're going to go ahead and not do that. Click it and watch it. What's the problem? Questionable sources, questionable quality. Don't know where it came from, what they're eating. Okay.
Hmm.
Eggshell membranes. How do you powder that? I will say, I will say he is a very good salesperson. I ain't gonna lie to you, because every single thing that he talks about in all of his products, in like reviews of his products, comparing them to other companies' products, I mean, they're always quality. He always compares why they're better and why you should get them. And it is better ingredients and all that, but like, come on, dude. Like, why does it? And I bought it on accident. I'm waiting on a refund from Amazon. Already reached out. Lineage responded saying that they would refund it because it was an accidental purchase, like I said earlier in the video. But $60 a bag for 30 servings, $2 a serving. For most people, they're already drinking $3 to $4 an energy drink a day. If they get a sale, 3 for $8, 2 for $6.50, 2 for $7, depending on the brand you get, 3 for $10. You're spending money on that already. You're spending money on all the stuff you're buying. Other people aren't gonna want to go and spend 60 some dollars because of the more quality ingredients. And I'm only putting that in quotations, not that it's not quality ingredients, but other people would beg to differ, and they'd be like, oh, it's not worth the extra $1.50 a serving because of the quality ingredients. If everything he sells is double the price, then maybe the collagen is about 30 bucks a bag for other brands. But still, I don't think people are going to be buying his products for an extended period of time or repetitively or repeatedly. Me personally, if there's a sale on Amazon and I'm going to save a little bit of money, I will buy his beef tallow. I will spend the extra $4 and buy his beef tallow, because you don't find green beef tallow or neon yellow beef tallow anywhere. The most yellow I've seen, I'll put a picture on the screen here, it's from a company from Target, Walmart. Not from there, but it's from a company that sells on Target, Walmart, and other retail shelves. And it's $14 for I think 14 or 16 ounce jar. In his beef tallow, if you get it on sale on Amazon, like I did for Black Friday, it was about $3 to $4 more a jar. Now, if you're buying regularly, it's about $6 more a jar, $7 more a jar, something like that. It's like $21 total after shipping, because if you don't have Prime, you got to pay for shipping. If you have Prime, you don't pay for shipping, but you still pay for taxes, and you still pay for taxes either way with Prime. So either way, you're going to be spending about $21 to $22 a jar. It lasts a pretty long time, and you don't need much, so I'll give it that. But his other products, $20 for a jar of honey, people aren't buying that because it's glyphosate free. They can't afford it all the time. So they think if it's glyphosate free, right, and I buy it and I can't afford it all the time, what's the point in me buying a 3 pack of honey for $60, which is $20 a jar, which is about $12 more than any jar in the store. Maybe $10 more if you find it in, $8 more if you find it in glass rather than plastic. But people think, hey, if I'm going to spend double the amount of money just to get honey glyphosate free, but I can't afford it, what's the point in buying it one time and then using other honey all the times in between, and then when I can afford it again, get the glyphosate free honey when I can afford it? They would think that the benefits aren't really going to outweigh anything, because if they're sitting there trying to get benefits from not being poisoned by glyphosate, they're not going to get the benefits if they're only using that glyphosate honey or glyphosate-free honey for the 2 weeks they have it, and then they go back to regular honey for a month and a half, 2 months, and then I can afford the Lineage honey, so let's go back to the Lineage honey and, you know, get the glyphosate-free. It's not going to really help them because they're not constantly eating glyphosate-free honey, so they're not going to ever see benefits from it, and they're going to be like, oh, well, this is a scam. I'm not buying this again. So while I do not know how much it is to source these things, I do feel like you have to find a way to make it more affordable, because people aren't going to continue to buy it constantly and retain a customer base if it is that much money. I went to Costco and they claim to have air dried beef at Lineage, the only air dried beef. And I put that in quotations again, only because Costco has air dried beef, the same looking air dried beef like the beef steak, not sticks. The sticks are different. The sticks are still expensive. There's the same price. You get 12 ounces for $60. Adjust the camera because I ran out of room, so I had to delete something I explained. And then I'm gonna have a short up tomorrow, which is explaining why I ran out of camera room. If you want to figure out why I ran out of camera room so easily, go check out that short. It'll be uploaded tomorrow on this channel. But back to what I was saying, the beef sticks are a little bit different. It is still absorbently expensive. It's $60 for a 3-bag pack, and each bag is 4 ounces. But the difference between their beef sticks and other beef sticks is they have heart and liver, I believe. I think it's heart and liver. It's heart and kidney or heart and liver. I think it's heart and liver organs in the beef sticks, which on a carnivore diet, it's a big scam, honestly, to have organs. You don't need organs. Maybe if you're feeling deficient in vitamins, which if you're eating all animal foods, butter, tallow, beef, eggs, you shouldn't be feeling deficient in any vitamins, so you shouldn't really need a multivitamin. Multivitamins are mainly for people who are deficient in vitamins and minerals, right? And while liver and all that are a strong multivitamin, like the strongest, most natural multivitamin you can get, you can overconsume it and get poisoning from different things in the liver. Now, the thing is you don't need it because you already get all the vitamins and minerals you need from meat and eggs and animal fats. You get all the vitamins you need. So again, why do you need heart and liver? So I do think it's a cool idea for people who want to consume a little bit and want to not have that taste of liver and heart, but you don't need it. So paying $60 for 12 ounces is crazy. Back to the air-dried beef steak. They make air-dried beef steak at Costco. They don't make it at Costco, but the company makes it and sells it at Costco. And it's a 12-ounce bag for $19 and some change. He sells 3 4-ounce bags for $60. So again, it's a good concept. The air drying the steak is the best way to eat it. But again, people cannot continue to come back and afford your products. Although I have had the honey and although I've had the tallow, and the tallow, when I have the money, I will be a repeat customer. You can get regular beef tallow and you can even make it yourself for cheap. You want the most vibrant green-ish yellow neon colored tallow, which is basically the beta carotene, like I had said earlier in this video, from the cows eating 100% grass. Other beef tallow is just white, so that beef tallow is not going to be as nutrient dense, but it's the same thing as beef from your supermarket or grass-fed beef. Grass-fed beef has about, I want to say that it's estimated about 3% more nutrients than your normal ground beef. So the tallow is probably the same. You're probably just getting a small percentage of nutrients, and you don't really need to spend the money on the other beef tallow. an absorbent amount, is that the right word, of nutrients to justify the price. It's different with the grass-fed beef though, in normal beef, because you can find the normal beef for anywhere from $4 to $5 a pound, but well, depending on where you shop and how much you get, it can go on down anywhere at around $3.80 a pound. If you go to Walmart and get the little, like the huge 10-pound log, it goes as little as $3.80 a pound. And if you get a smaller increments or even individual packages, it can be upwards of $5.50-ish a pound, depending on where you shop. Grass-fed beef, on the other hand, depending on where you shop, is about $2 to $3 more a pound. Now you're eating that whole pound in one meal if you're on a carnivore diet, so you're wasting that $3 faster than you would be wasting that $5 extra on the tallow, because the tallow is going to last you. The beef you're going to eat in one meal. So if you think about it, the tallow having the little bit more nutrients, if you're willing to pay the extra $5, $6 a jar, it'll last you a decent amount of time. So you're not going to be upset that you spent $5 or $6 extra on a jar and it's just gone in one day. You really only need 1 tablespoon of tallow with, like, I put a tablespoon of tallow, I cooked 6 eggs, it absorbed all of it. None of the eggs stuck to the pan, and it was great. Now, if you're cooking beef with it, you'll use probably another tablespoon, and then you throw a little butter in there, and even then, 2 tablespoons, you get 24 in the jar. So that'll last you, if you're by yourself, about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So that $5 extra, $6 extra a jar might be worth it to get the extra 3 to however many % nutrients are in the tallow. Now, I've just been rambling, just talking. We're gonna watch this again and see if I missed anything.
Questionable sourcing, questionable. This is the easiest way for me to take my collagen. Check this out, guys. I start with raw milk. I got A2,
See, he's rich though. He can do all that.
I'm gonna throw in some Lineage glyphosate-free honey and nose to tail collagen from Lineage. The best collagen on the planet, no questions. Boom. Then, of course, my handy dandy Lineage frother.
I have one of those. I got it for free.
There you go. Super simple. Raw milk, honey, collagen.
I don't have that cutting board though.
This is the easiest way for me
I like Paul. He's a very very upbeat, very positive guy, very informative guy on most things, aside of the fact that you need honey and fruit in your diet when fruit has been manipulated for the last however many thousand years to make every single plant as sweet and as, vibrant and big as you possibly can get it. Watermelon barely had any flesh in it. I'll put pictures of all this stuff on the screen. Watermelon barely had any flesh in it. Apples were these little tiny red things that were bitter. Grapes were these half the size of these apples that were bitter. A lot of these fruits that we have nowadays were just crossbred. They cut a piece of the stem off, and then the stem that's rooted in the ground, they connect it and they basically bind it to another plant stem, and what the one they're connecting to is the one they want all the fruit to basically yield from. So that one that's grown crappy fruit, they take that plant's root stem and they connect kind of the 2 stems together, and then that whole plant grows the best tasting and sweetest fruit. Watermelons weren't as big as they used to be. Apples weren't as big as they used to be. Bananas used to be half the size. They didn't used to be curved. They used to be kind of straight, oval, kind of like a cucumber, but smaller, and it had a whole bunch of seeds in it. It's not like it used to be. The fruit's different. And honey is just a sack of sugar. It's still sugar that breaks down and glycates your cells and causes insulin spikes and blood sugar spikes, and your blood sugar drops, and then you tired, and it's all a bunch of crap. But here we have the bag of $60 collagen, $20 Lineage honey, and probably $100 of milk. And this man probably goes through that in a week. The milk. Not even. Probably like 3 days. The honey is gone in probably a day. This probably a month. He might take a scoop a day. If he does 2 scoops a day, 15 days, half a month. But still, nobody can afford that, Paul. Please help out. Lower your prices a little bit for the people. And for me, lower the beef tallow prices because I will be a continued customer. But for now, I will not be able to buy it all the time. So, with that being said, we're going to just rewatch this one more time.
Here's the problem with most collagens you find at the grocery store. Questionable sourcing, questionable quality. This is not grass-fed. I have no idea what these cows are eating. No vitamin C, no hyaluronic acid, no elastin, and just bovine collagen. I'm really proud of what we built at Lineage with our nose-to-tail collagen. We have grass-fed, grass-finished collagen from cows never ever fed antibiotics or hormones. That is type 1 and 3 collagen plus trachea and scapular cartilage. You won't find that in any other collagen.
But we know it's not $60. We know it probably costs you $15 to make. Landed $15 landed, making about 75% profit.
Which have hyaluronic acid and elastin and sea salt for absorption. So
I mean, yeah, that's the vitamin C for absorption, eggshell membranes, all that stuff, grass-fed. It's all marketing, bud. It's all marketing. I get it. You sell products, and some people benefit from them. But you're on a carnivore diet. If you are, you don't need any of them. If you're not on a carnivore diet and you're having problems with testosterone and hormones and pregnancy and basically, you know, anything that is an issue, if you're on a standard American diet, you're going to need organ supplements, you're going to need collagen, you're going to need all that stuff. The capsule, organ capsules, all that. You're going to need all that. But for us carnivores, we don't really need it. But that's been my reaction and my rant and ramble on Paul Saladino's products. I love some of them. I despise some of them price-wise. I despise most of them price-wise. Tallow is not terrible because, again, it lasts pretty long time. The beef sticks and the beef strips I probably would never buy because 12 ounces, I would eat that whole 3 bags in about 20 minutes. And that would be $60. That would be my whole 3 days of food budget. Maybe even 4 days of food budget just down the drain. But that's going to be the end of this reaction / unboxing video. If you liked the video, go ahead and hit that like button down there. There's a red subscribe button. I keep going here, but it's down here for you guys. Hit that subscribe button. There's a little bell icon next to that. Hit that bell icon. You will get notified every time I upload. I will have daily shorts on this channel, and I will have semi-daily long-form videos depending on how much I can get edited on these long-form videos because they just take 8 million years. And then if you if you go into my description down below, my TikTok will be linked. I will have daily uploads on my TikTok as well. If you guys want to follow on there, I appreciate it. It helps support everything I'm doing. And yeah, the grind will continue from here. Thank you for your guys' support. It means the world. And until next time, it's been your boy Andre Place, and I'm out. Peace.